So you walk in at the highlighter, that's what we want to make sure you have that.
Same thing, all the way through.
Yeah, amen.
Well then, why don't you bring a group of us inside with you?
Well, there's an interesting thought.
You can even say you can invite other people.
We're asking the meeting be postponed until we get community members at the table.
Well, I'm anxious. I don't know. I'm anxious to know when you find out what's happening as well. I don't know who's going to be in there, but I certainly will carry forward the message that you got.
So hopefully if you go to the table and you look around and you don't see people who look like me, that you get up and leave.
And that one.
Join us. Yeah, we have extra signs.
Yeah. Any other thoughts?
So yeah, I'm going to make some points. Nothing is scarier for poor and disenfranchised people than when rich people and politicians come together in a room to talk about the needs of poor people without including those people affected. You must have economic growth to reduce poverty, but this is not accomplished by trickle-down economics. Growth-promoting policies that allow poor people to participate fully is the only way to create and sustain rapid and continuous growth because they or we need to contribute. Well, some might ask, how do we do this? And for example, I would say corporations and businesses could sponsor school programs and schools and help to create and sustain a capable workforce that have fresh perspectives and have the ability to help in creating innovation. Imagine schools backed by the Cleveland Clinic that have a direct pipeline to employment with tailored emphasis in science-related fields. Imagine a school sponsored by Wells Fargo, prepping kids for a job in finances, or at a minimum, providing them with an understanding of finance. Someone may say, well, I'm a developer. How can I achieve this according to you? And I would respond, for example, instead of gentrification that brings restaurants and small businesses to an area along with wealthier residents, let's have all of that, but not just that. Let's not drive out the poorer residents, sending them to red line areas, but ensure that they remain there so that they can become a part of the workforce and can benefit from the better schools and city services that will come into that area. Granted, most economic growth means more job growth, but the growth need not be based on predatory tactics that exploit low-skilled labor, but provide a living wage based on not based on the now federal minimum wage, but based on the cost of living that is adjusted to inflation according to, to inflation. Understand that a 10% increase in the average income will reduce the poverty rate between 20 and 30%. Just a 10% increase. We cannot achieve this without changes in policies and without a cooperative local government that does not do things like going down to Columbus to circumvent the will of the people who are asking for a higher minimum wage. And let me remind this group that according to nonprofits, that including nonprofits into this does not lend credibility to the existence or to this group of people that are meeting. Credibility only comes from including the people that you're meeting and talking about. And lastly, I just wanted to say this.
Generation, talk to these youth having these babies and these young men. Talk to these parents. Don't talk to you now. Turn around and talk to these youth. It don't stop just with 12th grade in college. You got
This is in
trades,
reference to the people
businesses.
participating.
Yeah, never be
These
all
are the
over
things
this.
that you don't want to do.
Keep being stupid. I walk with this sword.
Don't do these things. Just maintain white leadership. Or frame issues and lead strategies for people of color without including people of color.
Make sure you say youth.
Right.
You need to limit partnerships with, limit partnerships with and feedback from communities of color. Limit your investment in creating partnerships with communities of color. Ignore complaints. Stop ignoring complaints of bias and racism from workers and clients. Stop valuing credentials versus skills
Okay.
when employing or including people in this process. Stop not involving people that are directly impacted. Don't whitewash diversity language. Don't maintain the social dynamic of white nonprofit affinity groups. Don't exploit black clients in poverty just for your financial gain.
Okay.
That's right.
I think I'll end there, but thank you everybody for listening.